Most landowners don't realize, but when a developer makes an offer on a piece of land, they're not pricing it based on today's conditions. They're pricing it based on what the market will look like years from now and the costs and risks they'll have to carry by the time approvals and engineering are in place. Hey, it's Evan Zener with Metro Land Pro. I help landowners understand the land sale process and how developers operate so they can stay in control and make better decisions. I'm licensed in Oregon and assist sellers nationwide. In this video, I'm going to break down how developers forecast the future when pricing land and how that thinking shapes their buying decisions. If you find this helpful, feel free to like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Thank you. Developers price land years ahead. When a developer evaluates a property, they're typically looking 2 to 3 years into the future, which is how long it often takes to move through feasibility, site design, engineering, approvals, and any other requirements that need to be cleared before land development can begin. Developers also can't base their numbers on future home prices or expected appreciation. Lenders won't underwrite a land deal using projected price increases, so developers have to base everything on what homes are selling for right now. From there, they have to account for all the future costs and risks they'll face during that timeline, which typically pushes the offer downward. And the longer the approval process takes, the more that delay works against land value, because money that comes in later is worth less than money received sooner. Even when the buyer is also the home builder, the price they can pay for land is still anchored to when they have to close, the point where approvals and engineering are in place. Their offer has to reflect the risks and costs between now and that moment, not assumptions about what the home market might look like years down the road. On top of that, expected lot yield can change during this timeline because engineering decisions, stormwater requirements, road layout, or environmental constraints. Yield risk is another future variable they have to price in. So sellers often think in terms of what their land is worth today or what the future home market might look like, while developers think in terms of what conditions will look like at closing and the risks they'll have to carry between now and then. The forecasting factors developers use. To judge how much risk they're taking on, developers rely on a specific set of factors that help them understand what the future market will look like. Here are the main things they study when pricing land. Demographic trends. Who's moving into the area, what incomes are rising, which household types are growing, and what kind of homes those buyers prefer. Developers focus on groups that are increasing because that signals what will sell later. Economic strength, wages, job growth, major employers expanding or shrinking, and whether the local economy can support future home sales. Submarket demand. Developers study what buyers in that specific area want, not the whole city. Demand is hyperlocal. Competing project pipeline. What other subdivisions are coming, how many homes they'll bring, their price points, and how quickly they're expected to sell. Absorption rate. How quickly new homes have historically sold once similar projects are built. Future cost environment. Developers estimate future engineering costs, utility work, stormwater requirements, off-site improvements, and construction cost trends. Many of these costs aren't known up front and can be triggered by future regulations, transportation plans, or required improvements tied to the project. Regulatory environment, what the city might change, political appetite, environmental updates, and overall approval reliability. Developers also track long-range plans and policy shifts because future zoning interpretations or comp plan changes can alter what the city requires by the time the project is ready. Interest rate expectations. If borrowing costs rise, projects slow. If rates drop, feasibility improves. And lenders may tighten or loosen standards in different cycles, which affects the capital structure developers can use when it's time to close. Each piece shapes a developer's financial model and influences what they can offer for land. How forecasting affects what developers can pay. Based on the level of uncertainty, developers adjust what they're willing to pay for land accordingly today. The more uncertainty there is around approvals, costs, timing, or demand, the more margin they need to protect themselves. If assumptions feel stable, zoning is clear, approvals are predictable, costs are well understood, and demand is held up over time, developers can be more aggressive. They're not betting on prices going up or down. They're adjusting what they can pay for land based on how confident they are that today's assumptions will still hold when it's time to close. If you want help understanding how a developer would evaluate your property and what factors actually shape what they can pay, I'd be happy to help. I'm Evan Zener with Metro Land Pro. I help landowners sell smarter and unlock the full value of their land. You can reach me at evan@metrolandpro.com or visit www.metrolandpro.com. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.